been talking about oligarchy for years. Do people
Yeah,
get?
I have, as a matter of fact.
Do people get what you're talking about now in a way?
$8 an hour is what I'm worth. Family of four can't live that way.
The American people will not allow Donald Trump to create an oligarchy in America.
We are on our way to Catalina High School in Tucson for the Fight Oligarchy Tour with Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. We saw them speak a couple of days ago, and it was completely packed. I mean, I've been to at least a dozen Bernie rallies, probably a lot more, since he started running in 2015. And the crowd is a lot different. People not coming out, for a specific candidate, per se. People coming out because they wanted to be a part of a movement that's fighting back. And it was really the kind of vibe and energy that I hadn't seen at a Democratic political event in quite some time. But I think his message really has caught on in a way, because the things that he's been talking about in terms of oligarchy for decades are now the things that are just kind of like the text of American politics. I mean, you don't need a clearer example than Elon Musk. And so I'm just, looking to talk to people about, how they're feeling, about how they're looking to get involved, about who they're angry at.
What an oligarchy is about is a handful of billionaires controlling our government.
How do you feel about how the Democratic Party has kind of responded in the last few months?
How can I be polite? I'm fucking pissed.
Yeah.
I think they need to start speaking up and standing out, and that's another reason I'm here with Bernie, is because he's not afraid to speak his mind. And this being nice and business as usual and following all the rules is just not acceptable anymore. Things have to change.
Have you been a Sanders supporter in the past?
Actually, no.
I think you see right now just 5 white men ruling the country.
You see all these mega rich billionaires coming to the support of Donald Trump. And they're stripping, like I said, they're stripping away the rights of the common person and hoarding all the wealth and kind of controlling everything.
Just thousands of people in line. We've talked to people who left at 5 a.m. to get ready to go here. We talked to people who've drove 15 hours. It's really giving these, big popular movement vibes. It reminds me of a Tea Party rally from 2010 that I went to in Nevada, Searchlight, Nevada, where people were camping in the desert overnight. It's that kind of energy.
We woke up at 6. Yeah, we made sure to get here. We want to be front and center. I feel that we are headed towards the very scary early stages of an oligarchy. We are seeing subtle changes, or not even really subtle, these big changes coming out. For example, signing in executive orders that you don't even have the legal power to do so of, and hearing things like, oh, if you vote for me, you'll never have to vote again. Hearing things like planning to run for a 3rd term. It's just really, really scary to hear those kinds of things.
We're living in a time where rich people are just taking over the government. I don't understand what's going on.
We are in the second Gilded Age. We are being screwed over by wealthy CEOs that think they can keep stealing more from hardworking people. I actually left my second job today around 4 a.m. I haven't slept. I'm here because it's something that we got to do.
I'm here to remind you that we are not powerless in this moment. People are starting to put the pieces together.
I think you can definitely see that they are the direction that the Democratic Party needs to go into. They're the only ones showing any kind of leadership.
Oligarchy. Are we in an oligarchy?
Oh yeah, I mean, look at this. Yeah, absolutely. They're not afraid to hide it. I'm actually trying to get on SSD right now. I'm disabled. I just moved here from Oregon, and now I have to deal with all that. And I hear all what's going on with what they want to do to the Social Security and then Medicare and all that, and I'm about to try to get on it. I'm real scared. I'm unemployed. I'm a veteran. It's hurting me everywhere.
I have a shrine to Hillary Clinton in my bedroom, okay? I have a shrine to her. I agree with Bernie Sanders 99%, but I have not been to a Bernie rally. And I'm 100% in support of Bernie, AOC. We have to do whatever we can to take back our country. I like to embrace all Democrats, even if they're scared of cats. They'll come along.
Now, some of you may remember what Abraham Lincoln said at Gettysburg. He said, you know what? We have a vision of a country where we're going to have a government of the people, by the people, for the people.
He's been talking about oligarchy forever. And, when we talked to him after the event, he was making the point, like, Trump is making the case for this now. Like, the things that he has kind of trying to kind of get people to pay attention to now are just there.
Fire away.
Senator, you've been talking about oligarchy for years. Do people get...
Yeah, I have, as a matter of fact.
Do people get what you're talking about now in a way that...
I'm glad you asked that. I have been talking about it because I have seen this nation move more and more to an oligarchic form of society. But then Trump helped me immensely in educating the American people to what oligarchy is. And I did not see the kind of response that horrific, unprecedented attack on American democracy and on the needs of working people. I didn't see people responding effectively. There are about 15, correct me if I'm wrong, Greg, but about 15 congressional districts where Republicans won by small margins. And I said, you know what, let's pay those communities a visit. Musk and Trump saying to anybody, you defy us? Yeah, I know you were elected by the people. Forget that. I know you have constitutional rights. Forget it. We got the money. We got the power. You vote against us. You are out of here. And that's the kind of movement we have to build where we can stand up with. And frankly, that is not easy. I mean, we are taking on everybody. Taking on the oligarchs, taking on the Republican Party, taking on the Democratic leadership, taking on the corporate media, taking on Wall Street. It ain't easy. And change is not going to happen overnight. But I get deeply inspired, not only when I hear great leaders like Greg and Alexandria speaking the way they do, but seeing 20,000 working class people coming out here today and demanding change.
Now, this was supposed to be held in a gymnasium and ended up opening up the football stadium. I mean, they're just very unafraid. They're going to these frontline Republican districts and they're coming here early and they're coming here loud and they're saying, like, you're fired.
In fact, one thing I love about Arizonans is that you all have shown that if a U.S. Senator isn't fighting hard enough for you in the Senate or elsewhere, you're not afraid to replace her with one who will and win.
So I've been to a lot of Bernie Sanders rallies, but none quite like that. His message has kind of now come into alignment with the political moment we're in. It's not just this is Bernie Sanders' ideological spiel. They want to take this feeling that people have about Trump and this new awareness of oligarchy and oligarchs and sort of concentrated power and translate that into kind of a newer direction for the Democratic Party.
And this right here was everything I needed. America, we're ready. Get ready, because we're here and we're not going anywhere.